From Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back-to-back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. Shout out to the homies in the live chat. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the knowledge. Y'all know it's your boy Ty here. Y'all know my co-host Sam will mess around and get a triple-double. Sam, how you doing, bro?
Doing real well. How about yourself?
Oh, we're doing good. Doing good. It looks like you have a beautiful background right there, man.
Yeah, at the lake, hanging out with the fam today. So, yeah, just doing a little podcast on the road. See how it goes.
There we go. There we go, man. Well, let's be real here. After a 1-5 Florida road trip, the Mariners hit the All-Star break. I was about to rip into this team. It's still going to happen a little bit here, Sam.
Yeah.
But after the pathetic Florida road trip, they go 2 out of 3 against San Francisco, who realistically isn't a good ball club. But talk about a barometer, Sam. 50-50, 100 games in. What are we thinking right now?
I'm thinking that this team is underwhelming and inconsistent, and I am not sure if that's going to change. And it's a little disheartening, but hopefully we can turn it around. But it just seems that there's some ups, but then the downs come following shortly after. The 8-game win streak was nice, but let's see if we can string a couple of those together and maybe save the season. But it's a little, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, the team right now is being held together by the starting pitching as a whole. I mean, Logan Gilbert's pitching at an all-star level, but the bottom line is we can't hit out of a wet paper bag right now. And we had a really good series. And before I get too into the negative, shout out to Cole Young right now.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be a lot of kind of shade at the organization, the team, the managing, everything. But Cole Young with a 3.1 WAR on the year, I thought being optimistic, Sam, setting his WAR at 2 would be fair. So he's already far exceeded those expectations. He's had 2 crucial home runs in back-to-back games and a gotta fucking have it series. Because not only that, Sam, I was talking about the terrible Florida road trip, but bad taste in your mouth. You get your asses kicked the game before the All-Star break. You get your asses kicked the game after the All-Star break. So shout out Cole Young, Sam. But yeah, 50-50, dude. Who or what do you need to see to try to turn this around, man? Because at 62 games left at dead 500, it can really go a couple of different directions here.
Yeah, hold on one sec. A little duck party right there. But yeah, man, I don't know. The season. What was your question? Sorry, I got distracted by the wildlife out here.
So, I mean, who are you looking for right now that we need to see a sharp improvement from, Sam? Because I think the list is extremely long.
Cal.
Yeah.
It's Cal. I mean, Julio, now that he's back, I think Julio is really the straw that stirs the drink. You know what I mean? Because we have not seemed like the same team without him. Last year kind of made it seem like it was Cal, but I think it might be Julio, because Julio is the one that really makes this whole thing go, it seems. Came up clutch last night. And so, yeah, man, I really want to see Cal get on it. Julio have a strong comeback after the injury. He was out a little longer than I expected, but yeah, I'm going to say Cal, man. And Josh a little bit, Naylor, but he's been a little bit more consistent, just not quite clutch, if I have to peg it like that.
I mean, there's no way around it, man. Cal Raleigh, Sam, is having the second largest year-to-year drop-off in Major League history, man. when it comes to OPS plus, man. Cal has the second largest year-to-year drop-off in OPS plus. Sam, it's been 150 years since the National League was founded. The only guy I could find that had a larger OPS plus drop-off year-to-year was some dude named Norm Cash in 1961 and 62. I mean, we're talking about in 150 years, the second biggest drop off. And you mentioned Julio, and his play hasn't been perfect this year. Nobody's on the team has. And I just feel that he plays the game with an outward love that is an infectious
Mm-hmm.
energy. It's
Yes.
contagious. We've all played with those guys, or maybe you've been that guy yourself at a time or two, where your love and passion for the game really permeates throughout the entire team. But what frustrates me is that the team goes so flat, is so lethargic. There's not any attention to details. We got guys like Weston Wilson running in front of fucking the ground balls to the shortstop, getting thrown out at third base. And as much as we want to criticize Dan for bullpen mistakes, which there's been plenty of, but I can understand bullpen mistakes a little more because we don't know everything in the background behind each pitcher. But day to day, when it's sloppy baseball, we got errors, we got overthrows, we got missing cutoffs, terrible base running. These are the details that really matter, and it's a huge reason why they're 50 and 50 and not maybe 60 and 40.
Yeah, no, they've been just incredibly inconsistent about pretty much everything they do. I mean, it is probably been one of the more frustrating seasons I've ever seen. I hate the sloppy baseball. It
Yeah.
seems it is just constant. It is constant. Two, I think it was yesterday, almost cost the Mariners with the Rayleigh center field. Something else happened right before that. I also want to call out how you're saying the Weston Wilson, mistake. How you're supposed to run that play is like what happened to the guy on second base when Cole Emerson made that nice diving stop 2 days ago. The runner on second stopped, turned, looked. Oh, he got the ball, went back to second, and he didn't get out. But by the way, great play by Emerson on that. That was fucking
Fantastic.
clutch. That was a huge play. So yeah, big shout out for that. But yeah, I mean that's how that play's supposed to be done. And it just would be nice. It feels like the Mariners need, I don't know, a little more of a hard hand, something to get them in line. They just seem like they're not disciplined and
We
not
need a little
focused.
fire, man. We need a little bit of
Yes.
fire, man. You can't
Yes.
always have a nice teacher, Sam. I guarantee you, when both of us were sitting in school, the nice teacher's not going to work for everyone. Sometimes you need a coach or a teacher to come in and kick a little ass, and that's clearly not
Yep.
happening. Man, Sunday evening, I couldn't agree more. Randy Arozarena and some of his just egregious lack of effort plays in left field. He is frankly been maybe the best player on the team offensively, but there's no way I can give the guy the bag. Randy's going to get 100 to 150 million this offseason, Sam. I cannot give him that type of dough when I see that kind of effort. It would be like I can't pay a running back top of the market if he's not going to stick his nose in and pass pro. I can't do the same with the guy that just gives up on a ball, 5 feet away from the left field line.
Yeah, I mean, have you noticed? Has it seemed to be happening a little bit more this season than it had in seasons past? And do we think that is related to the impending free agency that is coming, and that he
Yep.
is trying not to get injured?
And this has just been a kind of a mess of a season too, Sam, in so many ways. I mean, this starts all the way at the top and trickles down. I mean, we've talked about it before. The window has been wide open for a couple years now, but ownership refuses to do anything extra to put us over the top. It's business as usual. It's status quo. Well, I already see this window starting to close on our asses right now, Sam, and I put down a couple numbers here because how I feel that your best players got to play like your best players. You need to get major return on your investment when you sign these huge deals. Sam, I'm looking at Castillo, Naylor, Cal, Robles, and Reffy. That's $68.725 million for a negative 2.64. Sam, that's 5 players
That's
get
wild.
for $69 million at a negative 2.6 war. My God, you are going broke and having to file for bankruptcy if this is normal investing.
Yeah, no, that is not a good ROI right there. Yeah, no, our best players have played like shit. I mean, for the most part, like Naylor has had flashes here and there, but the guys we were depending on have not been dependable, and that is the problem. They're not
Mm.
consistent, not dependable, and not coming through when it really matters. And this team is built on the home run, and when we're not slugging, I mean, we're
Yeah.
not doing really much of anything, as this last month has shown.
Yeah, that's real
This
talk.
is the
That's
way
real
that
talk.
Jerry built the team: sink and swim with the home run ball. So
Mm-hmm. Another thing, speaking of Jerry Sam, that I don't like either is it feels like they try to spread their last bit of money too thin. And I'm just looking at these two numbers here, Sam. I got Robles at 4.9. I got Refi at 6.25. I mean, that's over $11 million right there. Why do we have to have like three guys that suck for $15 million? Why not just go and get a solid player for $15 million? And I'm looking at the minor leagues, man. I'm not trying to say Ryan Bliss is about to be the starting second baseman anywhere in the bigs tomorrow.
he played
But what I
well.
am saying, he's got a .3 career WAR in like 25 games, Sam. Like, at least this is a dude that could come in and contribute at the bare minimum contract. So instead of nickel and diming, when you're buying three shitty baseball bats, when you could just buy one good fucking bat, and now we're in these situations where DFA Refi, DFA Robles, who do we bring up? What's funny is I feel like this season's been way worse than 50 and 50.
It feels like it. It absolutely feels like it has been way worse than 50-50. It feels like we've won about 5 games. I don't know. It's been a disheartening season. Yeah, that absolutely, definitely feels like we've lost more than 50.
Well, I'm looking at your hat right now, Sam, on the Zoom, and I'm seeing Super Bowl champions. And so when you are a diehard Seattle sports fan, like we are, like the live chat is, our producer, the listeners, man, we really get to see firsthand this just vast difference between an organization that truly wants to win it all and an organization that is completely satisfied with just competing.
Well, just competing and making a profit. That
Yeah,
that's what they
because
care
they got
about.
to compete to
It,
maximize
it,
their dollar. If we win 50 games or 60 games, they can't maximize their dollar. So the Mariners have that mid-market sweet spot. I know they have
yeah,
figured out analytically. Their exact goal is how much can we pay to still make the playoffs, but we can't pay any more than that. Oh Lord, if we end up
right.
at 200 million,
No,
God forbid. 180 though. Oh yeah,
it seems like an ass backwards way to run a franchise and an organization and business in general. I mean, you got to strike when the iron's hot. It was the year this year to push some of the chips in my opinion. This is why we have so many good prospects, so we can make moves like this. This is why the whole thing was built this way. And it really just feels like the Mariners organization as a whole just did us a little dirty this offseason. Re-signing Naylor, that was important. The Robles thing, I'll also say I'll give them a little more grace on. I mean, he has not looked like himself. Has not looked like he did a couple of years ago when we picked him up,
Hmm.
acquired him, signed him to that contract, because he was going off for us that year. And so I understand why we had to hold on to him. But the other ones agreed. We need to actually invest in a good bat. Enough of this band-aid fucking player situation. I'm done with it.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Sam, the whole thing of this episode is we're just going to be going back and forth with positives and negatives because that's exactly what a 50-50 season is right now. You just positives, negatives. I want to do a positive right now, and I've talked about him several times. But Emerson Hancock, man, he had a couple of giant hiccups there, but they were just that, man. The guy's in the 99th percentile for fastball run value, and the reason I believe in him so much right now that it's not a fluke, that this is real shit, It's because his sweeper he used 3% of the time in 25, and the batters hit
Mhm.
357 against it. It's up to 18% this year with a 137 average against. Oh my God, that's
Yep.
a 220 difference. That's 220-point difference. He didn't even use his a cutter last year. He's using a cutter
Yep.
12% of the time, and the batters are hitting 172 against it. I love the development of Emerson Hancock, and I'm just really happy for him because it looked like his major league career was kind of hanging on the balance going into this offseason.
It
At the
did.
same token, Sam, at the same token, this is a great problem. The Mariners can't handle great problems because they don't have the balls to make any decision regarding the pitching staff. At this point, I don't even care what the decision is. They still don't have the balls to make one.
Yeah, and the thing, the more I've been thinking about this Luis Castillo trade, the whole thing, I don't think that we are going to be able to get enough anything in a trade for Luis Castillo. We're pretty much going to be giving him away, like you were talking about, and paying a bulk of the salary to maybe get a low level prospect. I mean, fuck it, just put him in the bullpen, man.
Mm.
That's all we got to do. It's not that hard.
He still got the
Put him in
money.
the bullpen.
And this
Yep.
is where they got to have better relations too, because this is an easy one to explain, man. Relievers get paid bank this offseason. Sam,
Mhm.
I had outstanding sticker shock seeing what all of the high leverage guys got paid in this offseason free agency that I was hoping the Mariners would sign. Like, oh man, dude, talk to Luis, man. This is like just big time reliever money. This is where you're going, bro. Tyson B, I just want to get on this. Julio has been pretty good this year. He had the best, maybe his best month ever in May. He completely cooled off in June. He goes into concussion protocol. The one thing I'm gonna just stand on the table about with Julio though is at least he seems to enjoy playing baseball. And I think that's kind of been a little bit of the problem this year too for the Mariners, Sam, is I think
Mhm.
maybe they put way too much weight in the result and not the process and not the journey because baseball is a grind and you really got to love this thing.
I thought we were running that fucking path right now was what we're supposed to be doing. And apparently not. I thought we are getting the high quality guys who love baseball, who want to be here, blah, 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 blah. And it sure as shit doesn't seem that way. Randy does definitely seems like he's 1 foot out the door. Yeah, I don't know. The culture, like I said earlier, man, the whole season doesn't feel even like a 50-50 season. This feels more like a and we've won 25% of our games type of a season. It's been brutal. It's been
Well,
ugly
we
most of
actually
the
had
time.
expectations.
Yep.
The Mariners, we're literally having a gigantic 50-year celebration in a couple of weekends, Sam. The Mariners have had expectations maybe 5 of those fucking years.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's been rough for a long time here as Mariners fans. But yeah, I just hope we turn it around. We still have a chance for the season. I think just fire Dan Wilson. I don't know. I think we need new management, new leadership up top. That's where I am at. That's where my head's at. Because we have the
Yeah,
talent.
well,
And if we have the
yeah, and my
talent,
thing is,
we should be able to do it.
the talent is there, but you got to play well. You got to play well.
Yep.
I kind of think baseball managers are somewhat a dime of a dozen, Sam. And this is why I really wouldn't have a problem firing guys a little bit more willy compared to, say, football. I would be much more calculated about. But I kind of
Yeah.
feel like sometimes in a 162 game season, you need a jolt, you need some energy. Fuck, dude. Dan Wilson got the job because that's exactly what he did a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no, we need some new blood at the in the leadership positions, in my opinion. We just do. Um, the guys aren't responding to what's been put in front of them, so we need to put something new in front of them and try to get better results.
Yeah. Well, I've said this countless times that Dan was never qualified for this position. I
No.
love Dan. I love Dan. Dude, my man Joey Cora has spent
Hmm.
over 2 decades coaching and grinding, man. Joey Cora, over 2 decades in the game, still hasn't gotten his opportunity. I digress.
Yeah, I would love to see someone like Joey Cora be our manager too, and he has those 1995 home, roots and everything like that. So I think that would be an absolute great position, like the great coach to come fill that vacancy if we get rid of Dan. Because yeah, man, like I think he'll be a little bit more of a hard ass on the team too. A little bit more of a no nonsense guy and a little more high energy. I know Joey was always more of a high energy kind of player compared to Dan, at least.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Hits on Deck wants to transition Castillo to reliever and trade a starter for a bat. M's lifer talking about Kirby and Arroyo for Mason Miller. You know how much I love Arroyo, but oh man, Mason Miller every second of the day. If we had Mason Miller last year, we probably win the World Series.
Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe.
George Springer isn't hitting no seventh
crazy.
inning home run off Mason Miller. Bring that shit,
No.
bitch. Springer, and you
But
ain't
then,
getting that
but
shit off of
then,
Mason.
but then you would have to have faith that Dan would have made the move to put Mason Miller in that spot.
Oh God,
at the right time. I mean, isn't that the case? Because I'm in. He's pushing the wrong buttons most of the time, so I don't have faith he would have put Mason Miller in right there.
Well, here's my stance, Sam. If you have enough elite bullpen arms, then the manager can't mess it up. We are definitely not in that situation, though.
No, but we should be close. I mean, if we get rid of the injuries, I mean, because we have a couple other guys. If we get them back, we should be one bullpen arm away.
Yeah,
you would think.
Okay.
And so, I mean, we need to get healthy on that. But as the bullpen sits right now, yeah, it's pretty ass. I'm kind of done seeing Davila and whatever the hell his name is, and some of these other guys get trotted out there.
Oh my god,
we need to get help.
It's been brutal. It really has been brutal seeing a lot of the relievers we've had to trot out this year. But this is
give me Vargas, man. Compared to these guys, bring me Vargas back. God damn.
This is why you need to replenish your bullpen after these really long playoff series, man. You tax that shit, dude. And these starters aren't going the distances to protect the bullpen anyways, man. You just really run through it, and you really got to add reinforcements. The Mariners added one, and we're feeling it big time this year, and I thought that was a miscalculation in the offseason.
Yep, definitely. Agreed.
But we're not going to pay for a high-end reliever, so we got to somehow pull him out of our ass.
But we've been pretty good at that. That is one thing the Jerry Dipoto Mariners have been great at. Yes, it's been their one thing they've killed consistently. So hopefully we can maybe pull that off. One more miracle with that. Who knows?
Great. Our front office's claim to fame is being able to develop the least important position on a major league roster.
Yes. And I am dipping below 20% battery right now, so I want to switch gears to the Seahawks here.
Let's do it, man.
So we have time for my phone dies.
Let it rip.
The disrespect that the Seahawks have been getting has been wild to me. Just wild. Pretty much, I guess, a foregone conclusion. Aaron Donald is coming back. It seems like I agree that it does seem like a foregone conclusion. That it's already been agreed to, and it's just the minor details that are being ironed out right now. But yeah, man, I mean, we are just getting disrespected left and right, and the Rams are the best thing, and blah, 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 blah. Man, I'm not scared of the Rams at all. Like, they're a good team. I mean, but these super teams rarely work in the NFL.
Remember the Dream Team Eagles?
Yeah.
That didn't work. That definitely. Yeah.
I sure should do. They didn't make the playoffs, right? Did they miss the playoffs? If I remember that right.
I mean, even the DeVaris Jackson led Seahawks, rest in peace, kicked the shit out of that team that year.
Yep. Yeah, it's DeVaris Jackson. Yep, for sure. So yeah, man, the disrespect, and then also we saw an article about Nick Emenwari, how one of these unnamed reporters or back of the fucking office guys in the NFL are saying that he is a one-trick pony or has one-trick pony in his game. Wild statement to me. I can't. What the fuck does that even mean with Nick Emenwari, where he is playing cornerback, linebacker, safety, and defensive end? One-trick pony. What? That makes zero sense to me. I had to just say something about that. That is wildly ignorant, in my opinion. Wildly.
Well, nowadays you always have to wonder, is it clickbait or is it real? And I can't even tell anymore half the time, like you're saying right now. But that's absurd. And I think what are these people watching? Sam, I could understand like up until week 12 or so, maybe having no clue that the Seahawks were really good. But did they just not? I mean, everyone watches all the playoff games. Everyone watches the Super Bowl. What has he been seeing? I mean, Eamon Worry is like one of the most special athletes we have ever seen before. I mean, this guy is trying to make a run at Tyson B's Kyle Hamilton. He's trying to make a run at Derwin James. And what he did in year one suggests that he could maybe surpass both of them.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I don't think it's a small chance. I think it's a fairly large chance he'll surpass
Mm,
both of those guys because none of them are doing D-line fucking drills and quite
mm,
as versatile and can be, and that you could trust in each one of those situations. I
mm.
mean, like some of the Derwin James that might be passable in some of the other situations, but someone you can trust, yeah, they're going to hold down their job and do this right. Yeah, Eamon Worry is probably one of the only ones I'll trust him to do all that. I'm the only one. I've never seen a player quite like him. He's a
Oh
unicorn,
my
an
gosh.
NFL fucking unicorn, in my opinion.
I've never had so much fun watching all 22, watching anything. The Eamon Worry is so incredible, man. And another thing we can't understate at all, or overstate, I should say, is Coach McDonald. He's just exceptional. You at getting guys in the right positions, the coaching, the execution, the details. Sam, I'll never forget this as long as I live, man. That interception, sack, fumble, whatever you want to call it, on that blitz late in the Super Bowl. Witherspoon coming through. Nwosu takes it to the house, but we're yelling at each other the whole time. Like they're running a 2 minute drill offense. You're not supposed to be able to execute these sort of blitzes against a hurry up
No,
offense. But that's the smarts of
you're
the
not.
players. That's the coaching. That's the teaching. That's the synergy. That was one of the greatest defensive football plays I've ever seen in my life, especially when you include the context of everything like we had just laid out here.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Agree with that. One of the things I'm really interested to see is the evolution of offense and defense in the NFL with
Mm,
what's going on right now with Mike McDonald and McVay, the two leaders of both the offense and defensive coaching in the same
mm,
division, playing each other twice a year. Because they're both like McVay's usually on the cutting edge of anything offense, and
mm.
McDonald's cutting edge anything defense. They're going to be pushing a lot of change. I think it's going to be a lot more of a rapid evolution in these next 5-10 years than we've seen recently. With these
I think
guys
so
playing
too.
twice a year, usually it's once every 2, 3, 4 years. Maybe you play them.
Mm.
You're getting to see this twice a year at least, guaranteed every year. I think things are going to change rapidly in the NFL as
Yeah,
far
no
as how
doubt.
offense and defense is played.
Well, and just the way everything shifts so quickly in terms of personnel groupings. We see, the Rams going to the huge tight end looks as more often than anybody in the league. And then this very next draft, there's about 800 tight ends selected. And so, well, I'm so curious, like you said, you think that the game is going to evolve more quickly. I bet you guys like McVay and McDonald are already past this 13 personnel looking ahead, because if all these other teams are copying it, the true innovators and the true brilliant minds in this sport are already ahead of that curve like you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many routes receiver and tight end and everything can run. Only so many different formations and defenses you can be in. So it's kind of all like circular. Where like the team offense will start doing one thing, defenses will adjust to stop
Yep.
that. I mean, a lot of this stuff. We're starting to see the reemergence of the running back. I mean, the running game
Oh yeah.
is really starting to come back into importance right now, and that's what it was like when we were in high
Yep.
school, like
Yep.
early college. I mean, it was all
Yep.
about the running backs even before
Yep.
that, like forever in the NFL. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out in the end. But yeah, I'm excited, definitely.
Mhm. No doubt. No doubt. Well, Dude, Texas Power Ranger, man, he's got to be super excited about his Texans. Tyson B has every right to be excited about our Ravens. But Mariners lifer, man, we should be just thrilled about the our Seattle Seahawks, man. That's a great 9 points in 3 games. What a nugget! What a nugget, man. And I think we might see a better Sam Darnold this year. And we're going to miss Kenneth Walker, but I truly feel in my heart if the offensive line can stay relatively healthy, it'll be a better running game this year because of the age of the players, the continuity, and how much they can grow together, considering we brought back all 100 offensive linemen we possibly could have.
Yeah, and thinking about the Kenneth Walker thing, I mean, like, would we be saying this same thing about Kenneth Walker if season had ended week 15, 16? I mean, he didn't have a 100-yard game all season, was it?
Mm,
Pretty much. I don't think he got 100 yards all year
mm,
until the playoffs. And so, I mean, he sure came through for us when we needed him in the playoffs, but is he going to be that missed in the regular season? Because, man, I mean, he didn't do much. It was Charbonnet with 12 touchdowns. But the thing is,
mm,
he was the most explosive player on our team. I mean, by far, he hits a hole and he has that big play potential,
mm,
which is one of the most important things in running games, in my opinion. But yeah,
mm.
so I don't know. We'll see. I got to plug my phone in. Dying here. There we go.
He's barely
Okay.
holding on, baby. Great point by Hits on Deck. I
Yeah.
agree. Flurry is the only question mark. And me and Sam talked about this quite a bit a couple weeks ago. And this is the huge difference between the Seahawks and the Mariners. The Mariners don't even have any sort of official interview or hiring process for manager. The Seahawks bypassed several in-house candidates that on the outside made the most sense, brought in a 49er. And so whether this works or not, I truly appreciate that they're not willing to just take the easy route.
And it's hard for me to see this not working because of what we passed up to get Flurry. I mean, Mike saw something in Flurry,
Mm,
and I kind of trust his eye on this. Because, I mean, we were going to hire in house unless someone blew us away. And Flurry
okay.
seemed to blow Mike and them away. And so I have a little more faith that Flurry's going to. He's running the same game plan, but just with his own twist on it. I mean, it's not like
Mm,
we're doing a whole complete different offense. We're doing a slight reinvention here of the wheel. And I think we're going to be a little more running back, tight end focused. And I think that would be good because JSN got a little bit too much of our target share where we kind of were dependent on him. It would be nice to spread that out a little bit to the rest of the players so we're not quite as dependent on just one guy to get us through each game.
yeah, I think you made a super brilliant point there, Sam. And I don't think the Seahawks can repeat if JSN has to shoulder that much of the receiving load. It has to be more spread out this year for the Seahawks to try to become back-to-back champs. And one thing I love too, talking about the tight ends, uh, you know, Barner, Arroyo, I love my Saubert. Cholera proved to be a stud in the running game. This might be really fun to have a coach that digs the tight ends like this. And regardless
Expect a big year from
how the
Arroyo.
Mariners.
A big
Oh,
year
dude,
from
I'm so
Arroyo.
excited. Super producer Indy's a diehard Miami Hurricane fan. This guy's excited about Elijah
Mm-hmm.
Arroyo. But that threat down the seam, Sam, if we could really have that threat down the seam. And what I love so much about Arroyo last year is he wasn't a dominant blocker. I don't think he ever will be, but he was very willing. And for a receiving tight end out
Mm-hmm.
of college, the biggest question is he just willing to put his face in the fire? And he was completely willing to, and did a really good job on a bunch of those zone split, get the backside type of moving blocks. Really impressed with Arroyo in that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the athleticism, and it's the offensive, like, to the blocking is definitely a really technique focused kind of, skill there. I mean, so he's going to
Hmm,
take him a little bit of time because he was a receiver pretty much his entire time in college and everything. So, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if he's a willing blocker, you can teach the technique. You can't teach the will. If someone doesn't
Hmm.
want to do it, they're not going to do it. So the fact that he was willing to do it speaks a lot for him. And I think he's going to have a big year this year.
Oh man, it is going to be so much fun, dude. Because regardless how our Mariners end up finishing, there is so much optimism coming into the NFL season. And when your team is the defending champs, bring on all comers. Bring on
Yep.
all comers.
It's just like with the thing of going through, how we had to go through the 49ers and the Rams twice to win the Super Bowl last year. It's like, give me that hard road, man. Give me the adversity. I'll take it, turn it into something. And that's what I love about this team. We're not going to back down. We're going to take it to the Rams. And I think McVay's going to be embarrassed as shit when he doesn't win a Super Bowl with this fucking super team. And then really, how good of a coach is he? If you need this to just beat the Seahawks, the lowly Seahawks, who apparently we don't have, let's see, what was it? Top 3 players or top 10 players in the position. We were one of the lowest graded teams for that. Like, we don't have many of the best players at each position. And I think that's bullshit, in my opinion. But so Mike McDonald can win with whatever he's given, takes him a year and gets it done. McVay, the little whiny fucking baby, he has a little more difficulty with that kind of shit. And he needs to be pampered and have the best in life.
Oh, Sam's saying they need all that LA Hollywood nanny help up in here, baby.
Yeah, that's the front runner mindset, man. That's the only fucking up when it's good. Now, you got to be there for the bad times too. You got to have some grit, and they don't have any grit.
If there was any LA fans to come and argue with us about it, I'd say come on out, but they ain't going to happen, so.
Yep, LA or 49er fans, you can all come get it. All come get it. It's fun.
Baby. Let's go, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anything else you got for the people, homie?
No, man, no. I'm good. I'm glad we won. Fucking finally won a couple games.
Hey, it might not mean anything, but it could be the start of something special. We'll just call this like a first date, Sam. It could be something special. It could be nothing. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. Shout out to our super producer, Indy. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services. Shout out to the homies in the live chat. We truly appreciate you. It's your boy, Ty. Shout out to my homie, Sam. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast.